Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakak Kodash. South Africa's Edomite slums. Okay. Now, this documentary was made a few years ago. So this is actually, let's just get the correct date when it was uploaded. I remember watching this a little while back. Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay. And so just about 22 years ago, the apartheid, well, there were certain areas, or, a few decades ago, there was, certain areas where people that have melanin, the actual real humans, couldn't really go to so-called white areas. Okay, Esau, being the vagabond that he is, going to different parts of the world and taking it over and destroying it, and then you know, and exploiting it and raping, stealing, pillaging. Taking Israelite ideas and making it his own, stealing from the Hamites, making those ideas its own. You know, destroying the world, stealing from it, debasing the world, which he has done, the so-called white man, which he has done. And this is a documentary which Reggie Yates, I believe he's a Benjamite from the UK, did a documentary and went to these so-called white slums in South Africa, where Esau is still living decently. They've got running water. They're still living better than the local population in some parts of the slums in South Africa. And a lot of the people that are in the slums are actually Jake. There's Hamites there too, but a lot of them are Jake as well. Okay, because Jake's not just in West Africa. Jake's on every part of the planet, every part, every island, every country. Israelites are there. Okay, and we look like everybody as well. But we'll get okay. So South Africa's white slums. Now, in this documentary, they show how they're living, what they have to go through on a daily basis, and even then, you got a lot of these Edomites that come from there that are working over here as well, and they still don't get rid of their pride. They still moan about that a so-called black man can get a job, come off the street and get a job as a director for a company. I mean, wasn't that the same thing for you, Edomites? Hasn't it been like that for you guys for the last 500 years? And these are Edomites in the UK talking like that. They even make mockery and say to Jake that's over here, that's working with him, they say to them, listen, they'll say to Jake, say, oh yeah, you can go to South Africa where I'm from and get a job as a CEO, because you're so-called black. That's how these Edomites, still say these things. They're oblivious to all the pain that they've caused. And when hell comes on them, they don't like it. Then they wonder why. And if you watch this documentary, see all the comments at the bottom. You see how they comment. It's all sympathy comments for these damn crackers, man, for these Edomites. Okay, but let's show footage of the Bronx in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even to this day. Jake and the Hood going through the same, if not worse, struggles. Going through worse struggles, not same, worse struggles. Yeah, worse. Along with all the redlining and the racism and all that kind of thing. Yeah? There's no sympathy there. They just say, yeah, F them ninjas, F them. Let them just wipe each other out. Now the curses are coming on these damn devils, and everyone's sympathetic. Look at that. Does it look like they got a washing machine there or something? Protein powders just sitting there, and she's still cooking, and they're sympathizing with these so-called white slums. But the curses are coming. And this is just for a couple of years ago. You think it's not going to get worse? That's why a lot of you Edomites on the streets strung out. And a lot of you are begging outside stores and supermarkets. And I ain't got no sympathy for you. Jake is going through what Jake is going through, but we're happy this society is falling. Okay? You guys can find us online, yeah? Reggie Yates, South Africa's Edomite slum or white slums documentary. Okay? So they talk about all their, all the stress that they're going through and all that. This is where they're living like that, in tents and stuff like that. Aren't there shanty towns in Brazil, in Colombia, in Mexico? Aren't there towns and slums like that where Jake is murdering each other, man? Okay, then you got Edomites and crackers and other men from other nations coming there, raping the little boys and the little girls. They're mainly into little boys, because Esau is a sodomite by nature. They don't talk about that, but now it comes on them. Like Dave Chappelle said in one of his skits, he goes, with the part of the world he's from, he saw, I'm paraphrasing, he said he saw a lot of Edomites, so-called white people that were very sleepy. He goes, these people are something about them being sleepy. And he said, oh, these guys are on dope or whatever. Then he basically what he said in a nutshell to the Edomite audience or the mixed audience, he said, you guys didn't care about us when we were going through it, but now the hell's coming on to you. And Dave Chappelle thought about it. He goes, you know what? I don't really give a shit either. You know, basically saying that, okay, when the hell was on us, you know, those people are criminals, but now the hell's coming on you. You're saying that, oh yeah, those people are sick. Now Edomites are dope fiends and drug addicts, and they're sick. But when Jake was on it, the curses were extra heavy at that time in the 80s with the crack epidemic and heroin epidemic. They're just what are they called? What did the slogan Jake? They just call Jake a criminal. They didn't call them, oh, these guys are sick. They need help. They're mentally ill. They need help with the drugs. No, they were just straight criminals. They were straight ninjas. But now now the shoe's on the other foot. You see a lot of these South African Jakes, giving tons of cash to these Edomites that are begging on the street, holding their two children, one in each arm, and crying and moaning. But I guarantee you that Edomite that just in his 30s grew up in a very pampered household, because if he's in his 30s, 25 years ago, he was like coming towards the end of this sort of apartheid and their reign. You know what I mean? They grew up in the creme de la creme, in their in like real Edomite plush neighborhoods in South Africa. Everybody's a millionaire. A lot of Edomites even left the UK, right? That were over here. They didn't like all the West Indian and Indian population that was coming over here, or the Arab population, or whatever, melanated population that was coming here. The Edomites from over here moved to South Africa. Why? Because they wanted to take advantage of the apartheid, to live separately, which I don't blame them, because we don't want to live around you devils anyway. You know what I mean? So, but these Edomites went there just to take advantage of that. Now this is all fallen, and these Hamas are going crazy and slicing and dicing them up with machetes. Now the curses are coming on these devils now. I can't really play too much of it. You got people donating. Look at that. This is where they live. There's still kind of organization and structure inside in their little hut, And this is meant to be a slum. Okay. See how it is when the shoe's on the other foot. I suggest you have a look at it. It's on Real Stories. Okay. Watch it. Deuteronomy 38, verse 7. And the Lord thy power, Yahweh Hashem Yashah, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Hasn't Esau persecuted us from the beginning of time in every captivity, especially in the final one where we forgot who we were as Israelites, and now we're coming back to the remembrance of all things, They destroyed Jake. Jake tried to pull himself back up, and what did Esau do? Throw bombs on neighborhoods, cities, so-called black cities, Israelite cities, with banks, lawyers, doctors, nurses, hygiene. And you know how Jake does things. Jake does everything in a royal way, wearing a nice fur collar coat, whatever, jewelry, You know how people are royal in nature. That's why we wear the things that we do. We have numerous, sneakers, jackets, trousers. How Jake does. Jake likes variety, and Jake likes to look royal. Jake might not have a pot to what in, but Jake's still gonna look clean. Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Okay? Now the blessings Esau had, even in their rulership, they still couldn't look clean. You see Edomite with jewelry on, it looks odd. They try and dress cool. It doesn't look, Edomites are not meant to be, so-called white people, Caucasians, and other heathen nations are not meant to be royal. That's why they can't even pull off a royal look. They could be billionaires and they wear dirty sneakers. You could at least get a toothbrush, get buy a separate toothbrush just for your sneakers alone, keep them clean. Even Jake does that. Like I said, Jake might not have nothing, what to pee in, but a bucket to pee in or a pot to pee in, but they'll be looking clean. But you Edomites are not meant to be royal. Now you're in your real state. Next thing is that you're basically regressing. You're going to be crawling on all fours. You're going to be hairy again. You know, Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, and the Lord thy power, Yahweh Shemashah, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. Here and there I lost my train of thought. Salakia for that. All the hell that Jake went through. Jake had the Lord's blessing and innovation, spiritually, physically, mentally, to create and invent anything. All this world is great because of Israelites. Okay, every invention, every facet of life, every intricate thing is designed and created by Israelites in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Because Jacob is the former of all things. Okay, paraphrasing the scripture, Jacob is the former of all things. Okay, not you Edomites. The only thing you crackers invented was the patent office, where Israelites would go in there, so-called black and Hispanic and Native Indian men with inventions. Okay, mainly the Judite man, of course, but all the tribes did follow through. And you would steal their inventions because Jake never had no might. Okay, he had no might. So therefore, you would do that to steal things. Okay, that's the only thing you invented. All right. Now these curses, and then on top of that, all the things that he did to Jake. Jake tried to lift himself up, dig himself out of a hole. What would you do? You kick him back down there again, either through racism, not allowing him to buy a property in a certain area, not to do business, not to get a loan, or if they did invent, or if they did create a nice, beautiful city, a chocolate city, with everything there, banks, lawyers, doctors, nurses, all self-sufficient. Well, what do? You drop bombs on it, okay? Like Black Wall Street. And that's just one so-called black city that we're talking about. There were hundreds. There were thousands of black cities, okay? Esau did, numerous actions where they bombed hundreds, if not thousands of cities in the same day to destroy Israelites, okay? And there are people still alive to this day from 1921. For instance, in 1920, still alive to this day that can talk about it because they were children themselves. Okay, nothing's even against you Edomites yet, and you're moaning. You're not built for adversity. You're not built for stress. That's why you jump out of windows. And I'm glad that you do as well. Cheers, pop open a bottle when it's an Edomite and jump out of a window. Pop open a bottle when you damn devils release the Karagma and start giving it to these MFers out here that want it. These curses are going to come heavy on you devils. And Kagal Yahweh Shem Yashai, for the curses coming upon you devils, and they're going to come even harder. Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. That's what's going to happen. Okay, for 1,000 years, once we get into slavery, you devils, we're going to F you up for 1,000 years. Okay, we're gonna have our way with you. Righteously, of course. Okay? All right? And none of you devil Edomite men are going to have any attractive Edomite women to give you any kind of comfort. Just to throw that in there. And you're not going to be dibbling and dabbing with Moabite women, Elamite women, Ishmaelite women, Israelite women. Definitely not. You're not going to be doing all that. Because you devils like to do that because these stupid women think that you're the God of the earth, which is highly ridiculous, because you smell funny and you look funny. But the devil has made good evil and evil good, paraphrasing of the scripture there. Darkness for righteousness and righteousness for darkness, paraphrasing. And then all the violence, all the murdering, kidnapping Jake tied to the back of a car until there's not like maybe just a hand dangling and dragging Jake everywhere until every limb of his body is cut off. Catching Jake, grinding him up into paste, using his flesh as grease for your wheels on your carriages back in the 1800s and early 1900s. Using little babies, Israelite babies, as gator bait, cutting the baby open so the blood can drop in water, and then the crocodile or alligator or whatever would jump up and grab that baby so you could catch the alligator. Cutting the breasts off our women. northern and southern kingdom, doing the same thing to both northern and southern kingdom. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Sewing cats into our women's stomachs after they've had a baby to see which cat and laying bets saying which cat will rip out first. Live cats, by the way. Using our women as concubines, using them against us. Raping little Israelite babies, little boys, making them into a bunch of bundle of sticks, a bunch of moles. And to this day, that spirit's still alive. From Sodom and Gomorrah to the early days, up until now, they're in these churches, prancing around on their twinkle toes. As Mike Epps would say, walking around with Rick Ross beards with skirts and blouses on and high heels, which is foul. I'm just mentioning a few, the tip of the iceberg in terms of the violence he done towards Jake. Okay. When our punishment had an end, you didn't stop. You kept going, and you still do to this day. So you're going to be cut off forever. And for 1,000 years, we're going to F you up. All you devils that are in America, all you heathens that are in America, you're going to die. You're going to burn up there in nuclear fire. Okay? That's a lake of fire. The lake of fire, okay, as mentioned in Revelations, is the whole of America is going to look like a massive lake. Because when all the elect are in the chariots looking down, they're going to see all of America as a lake of fire. And you devils are going to be burning in it. And you elite devils from your so-called Illuminati on the left-hand side, you're going to be in your bunkers. You're going to be the first fruits of slavery. You're going to live to see it. You're going to be doing, and all you rich devils or you former rich devils are going to be, be doing the work in your, in your suits with your ties on, by the way. Okay, you're going to wear it until it just disintegrates off your body because you're used to wearing clothes that till, loincloths till they disintegrate. And you just a little reminder of the caves, devil, and you wenches as well. You're not going to have no spray tan there. You're going to turn red and burn up in the sun. We're going to have our way with you. And after 1,000 years, we're going to burn you up. Listen to Obadiah 1:18. Okay, let's go to the... Prior to that, we're going to put you into captivity first, and for 1,000 years, we're going to have our way with you. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Revelation 13:10. And this is what we had to go through. Now Esau's going to be coming to us for everything. Now all this is flipping, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30, verse 7. Okay, this is what we had to go through. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh Shemashah shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, let's type in yoke of iron. What do you see here in images? What do you see? I don't see the hook-nosed Ish people. I see Jake. Okay, here. I see Southern and Northern Kingdom. Okay? Now these curses are going to come on you devils. We're going to sell you, put you on ships. We're going to do all this for fun. Sail you from one part of the world to the next. Shitting and pissing on each other in the bottom of those ships. We're going to do everything except weird shit. We're not going to do no taking another man's wife. We're not going to do no bundle of sticks shit. We're not going to do no sodomite stuff because that's against the law. But we're going to put our foot deep down your... We're gonna crack skulls. Put it that way. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're just gonna have our way with you righteously. Okay. Let's go to Obadiah 1:18. After 1,000 years, this is what's gonna happen to you. Okay. And you devils are gonna... You're not gonna remember what's gonna happen to you though. That's the thing. You're gonna die, come back, and your spirits are gonna become as other nations. So some of you Edomites in this, after 1,000 years of slavery, you're going to come back as an Elamite, as an Ishmaelite, maybe, or Ammonite or Moabite up to the Lord, because souls and spirits will stay on the planet forever. But you're not going to remember nothing what you did in each lifetime. So you're going to go through 1,000 years of slavery, and then we're going to burn you devils up. Just you Edomites, you other nations are going to pay tribute to Israel forever. You're going to be in your place. You're going to get the best of it. You're going to give us gifts, tribute. We're going to have the best of your daughters. You want to put it in layman's terms, every single one of your daughters that are single and not married or betrothed will be tens, and they will be the wives of the elect men and other Israelite men, all your heathen women, okay, from every nation. All your tens, all your fine-looking women that are single are going to be the wives or concubines of Israelite men, okay? You Edomite men ain't going to have nothing, okay? And you Edomites are going to be put out completely, burnt off the planet, erased from existence. Yeah, erased from existence after 1,000 years. You have no comfort in the kingdom. We're going to make sure of that. I'll stand you down, devils. Obadiah 1:18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, which is the southern kingdom, and the house of Joseph a flame, which is the northern kingdom, and the house of Esau for stubble. Okay? So-called white man. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai hath spoken it. Okay? So these curses are coming on you devils now. Okay? And I don't pity you. Actually, I don't really care about you. I don't feel no way about you. I like the curses coming on you damn devils. Okay? Look at this. Look at that. This is probably the same devil in this incarnation right now. So you go back 100 years, this guy probably had like I don't know, walking around proudly with a cane in his hand while telling, shagging at his concubines and telling his Edomite wife, giving, dictating this and that and the third. Now look at him in this lifetime. It's all over. This is sorry look you devils are going to have, even worse than this when that time comes. Anyway, all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem B'Kakodash. Shalom. P.S. You want to watch it? It's South Africa's White Slums, Reggie Yates documentary, Real Stories. Shalom.